Hello, my lovely darlings. And as you can see, I've still got the lovely Elliot trapped here. I'm bribing him with all my Italian cooking so he can stay and have massages. Anyway, later on today is my YouTube launch day. So I've got my heels on, I'm glamming it up, even though it's a massage, and I normally do that barefoot. But anyway, we're not going to do that to you today. It's far too hot, far too lovely. But what I need to share with you today is because I've had lots of people asking me to give massage tips and different ideas, techniques for kids who are not sleeping. A lot of kids at the moment have turned a little bit nocturnal, so they're kind of up all night online to their friends and gaming. Then you've got all the kids with different abilities, well, not all of them, that's a bit of a generalisation, you know what I mean. A lot of them, because they're born with those higher cortisol levels, find it really difficult to get to sleep. So the big key to this is to tap into melatonin. And the reason I don't mention it in the Fab Four, as I call it, the Fab Four hormones that I'm always going on about, is because melatonin is actually made from serotonin, the hormone of happiness and confidence. So if we don't have enough of that in our bodies, we can't make enough melatonin, which governs all the night and day rhythms, the circadian rhythms, mood and aggression. It calms you right down and helps you to sleep better as well. So in massage, we access this through the pineal here and here. And there are what we call still points. We've got the pineal there, and then there are marma points or still points going back to just before the crown. I never fiddle about in the crown because you can send people into overload, particularly if they've got any long-standing mental health issues, depression, anxiety. I don't do anything too pokey on the crown, just avoid that. So you stop just before the crown. So I'm going to show you that today. And also, I just wanted to say that for a lot of our kids with different abilities, and actually just generally with our children today, they are going through so much at home often before they even get through the school gates at 8:30 in the morning, that hormone of happiness, serotonin, is already used up. And if kids aren't sleeping at night, then they're using up all that serotonin at night, so they've got none left for the day. Because believe it or not, we're given a daily quota of serotonin. Our bodies do it naturally. So for those whose bodies don't produce enough, which can often happen with people, it's like a clinical depression, and they need a little bit of help, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to talk anyone out of any allopathic route at all. It's not my place. I wouldn't do it. I'm not allowed to do it. But secondly, for some other people, if they are going through a lot mentally or in a home situation or work situation, they are using up their quota of serotonin before they've begun work or school. So if you think about it, that's why when we start to get anxious and stressed, we then don't sleep. Because if we haven't got enough serotonin to get us through the day, we don't have the reserves to make the melatonin. I'm waffling on. I'm going to get on and show you now, but this will be wonderful. Oh, and by the way, YouTube is coming on later today, Exmoor being Exmoor. I love Exmoor, but occasionally we do have a bit of trouble with the Wi-Fi. So all my videos might not be on there, but it doesn't matter. You probably need to space them out anyway. It might be a bit much all at once. So they will all be on there eventually. I'm using a bit of rosewood and chamomile. You can use lavender, which also helps people be sleepy, but don't use it with epilepsy. Remember that, don't use it with epilepsy. And make sure the person who you're working with likes the smell, because they may hate it. Might remind them of grannies. Nothing wrong with grannies, but they don't want to think about that when they're being massaged. Anyway, off I go. So, I'm just using my 3 middle fingers. If it's a tiny little head, because it's a child, you could just use 2. And this is where you get all that melatonin stimulated naturally. And I'm doing it gentle but firm. If their whole face is squishing around, you're doing it a bit hard. Elliot's eyes are streaming. That's why he's got his sunglasses on. No, I'm joking. You could tell this is very unscripted, can't you? I like to keep it real.
That smells beautiful.
Doesn't it smell gorgeous? Oh. Yes. See? Very sleepy boy. And then I'm just going up like 2 fingers width each time. And you just take your time and you're gently rotating. You're moving the skin But it's gentle but firm. That's what I always say to people. And it's so beautiful, as if you've got headaches, because that's a concentration point just below as well. You could go on that too. And you just go up like this, and I drag it up, because I think it feels lovely to not break contact. And everybody loves to have fingers pushed through their hair. Even people with no hair like it, apparently. There we go, it's as simple as that. And the other thing you can do to stimulate the melatonin, you can even go, if the person doesn't want you going up the head, if they're a bit sensitive to that, you can work from temple to temple. So you're boosting all the serotonin in the pituitary, which will help make more melatonin. Yay, win-win. Do you know, I really love sharing with all of you. You're delicious. I love it. I really love sharing this work. Do you know, therapists have been really bashed by this corona, because we're not allowed to practice until about the 5th of July, apparently. Chiropractors can, and other certain body workers, but not therapists. So all our touch was removed. So everybody who's near me, I just want to touch. Sorry, Elliot.
You are more than welcome.
Ooh, awful laugh. I do apologise for that bit. I've been really good up to now. There we go. And you can see I'm going up and down the forehead. And what this is also doing, if you imagine this frontal lobe as like the cockpit of the plane, I know this sounds mad, it houses all our higher brain functions, higher executive functions. So, as well as stimulating the melatonin through the serotonin there, and then directly on the pineal there, to help people have a wonderful sleep and feel refreshed and able to cope and function, you're also stimulating all the higher brain functions, which that will also reduce stress, bring you clear thinking, focus, good judgment, seeing consequences, so you'll have a much better sleep. And I'll see you later for the YouTube launch.